Broker Bulletin acknowledges the traditional custodians of all the lands across the country on which we record our podcast and pays its respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Welcome to the Broker Bulletin podcast, where better begins. Join us as we chat with brokers about what's working for them, what drives them, and the real challenges and wins that matter most right now.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Broker Bulletin. My name's Angela Tracey. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Loan Market. And today I'm here with Steve Toome, the owner of Loan Market Link, a new and thriving business located in Port Lincoln in South Australia. I only learned last night that Port Lincoln is the home of the most millionaires per capita in Australia, which was an interesting little fact find. But welcome, Steve. It's so good to be in Port Lincoln with you and to see your super impressive business. I'm interested to know, why did you decide to retire Port Lincoln Home Loans, your Port Lincoln Home Loans brand, and take on a Loan Market brand?
Really good question, Ange. We started day one, Port Lincoln Home Loans, thinking that I was a marketing genius and that I would be able to attract in all of the customers with all their different lending needs. We put signs up saying all the different things that we could do. And as time would tell, we kept getting told that we couldn't help people because our name said we couldn't. So I'd bought a property in Cairns as an investment, but you couldn't help me because you're Port Lincoln Home Loans. And it really was like grinding on me. And you'll know all too well, we took 18 months trying to plan what my new name was going to be. Steve Toome, lending. What are we? Port Lincoln something or other. We did emotive ones, Zenith, Agility, Resolve, Ventures. We narrowed down Loan Market Link and for a while, and I sat on that for almost 12 months. And then the final decision, Loan Market Link, was made when we purchased this premises. And it just made sense. The link between the customers, the link from regional to city, didn't matter where the client was. And that name has been unreal for us.
So good. And do you think that partnering with Loan Market, so carrying a national brand, has legs?
This was the biggest thing. No matter what brand name I went to that was going to be my own creation, I had to educate the market on what my brand name meant. Loan Market has been doing so much positive advertising in the Australian mortgage market. Consumers know what Loan Market is. It is a solution for all of their needs, no matter what it may be. And there is always a really caring and genuine person behind each business, each franchise, each brand. So tailoring my business name to be partnered with Loan Market, I knew that had to be my way of the future. I could leverage Loan Market, I could leverage my own branding, and together have the most prosperous of futures. So, yeah, the decision to drop Port Lincoln Home Loans, the decision to take on Loan Market, it just makes sense. The market of customers understand what Loan Market means, and the link is me.
You rebranded in February, I think, wasn't it, when you went loud and proud? Is that right? Have I got the timing right?
A little bit earlier than that. That was the proper launch. Yeah. We were waiting on getting the business premises painted. We were waiting on signage. So we'd done a bit of a softer approach first. The day we changed, that first week, it was so funny because the phone would ring. Someone I already knew, an existing person. Hey, can you help me with SMSF lending and this now that you're Loan Market? I could have helped you yesterday on my other brand. Yeah, I can help you now. And it just kept happening day after day, week after week. The phone would ring with these more diverse lending needs that we always knew were out there, but we couldn't crack under the Port Lincoln Home Loans banner. And the Loan Market Link piece has just accelerated everything that we thought was out there. I'm really kicking myself having not done it sooner. God, it's been so much fun helping more people in more ways.
What sort of business volume growth have you seen since you rebranded Loan Market?
You might not trust me, but it's up 30%.
I've had a look at the stats. You're absolutely right.
Month on month, we are up 30%. And there's so much diversity coming with that. We've still got our core home and investment lending clients, but we're putting on more commercial. We're doing more SMSF. We've got asset, more boats, more caravans, more personal loans coming through the front doors. And I think the reach as well from the residential lending has been far wider. And it was another one of those calls in that first few weeks. Hey, can you help us in remote WA? And I said, absolutely. Loan Market Link can help you wherever you are. That's absolutely fine. Whereas prior to Port Lincoln Home Loans, hey, we were coming up against barriers. So, yeah, it's been exceptionally busy, of inquiries. It's, one of those things you need to work with each customer inquiry and lead to get them ready to buy and then to finally find a solution. We run out of hours each day, which is the best problem ever to have.
You're so right. So much better off to be running out of hours than have spare time. I've seen photos of your office, but on arriving today, your office honestly is super impressive. It is a bit of a head-turning wow factor. How important do you think a decent shop front with retail signage is important to building brand awareness in the local community?
This was fundamental from day one. I was the firmest believer of having a physical presence, having a place that people could come in to see us so that we could do those tough conversations face to face and really build that ultimate amount of rapport. When you look at the amount of hours in a day, I can fit in a lot of customers back to back to back in my office when they're coming to see me versus hitting the road and having that amount of downtime. There's a lot of trust that comes with being able to meet with someone. And we do a lot of things in the virtual space, as a lot of brokers will. But whether it's just country, particularly, people really want to, have met you. So having a physical shop front has been amazing for that. When you look at all of the banks and everyone else trying to offer finance, they've got bricks and mortar. They're trying to leverage that, but there's no one in them. It's been a really interesting thing in the country with a lack of skilled professionals operating in these spaces. So for us, it's a point of difference in that, hey, we have got bricks and mortar. You can come and see us and we're actually there. And we know what we're talking about and we'll be able to have access to the specialists every step of the way. The advertising point of view has been unbelievable because we've got all this signage on all these different street fronts that people can just see and recognize and know. And whether they're a direct customer now or later on, they know where we are. They can look up what we do. They might find a Google review. They might find information online from our website. And I think that from all of the marketing spend that we've been doing, the shop front, the signage, having the premises and being available, I mean, it's a game changer, really.
On first impressions of arriving in Port Lincoln, it would, from an outside standpoint, look like Loan Market Link is the biggest bank in town. It honestly, it does stand out. You mentioned other stuff you're doing marketing-wise. What other marketing strategies and plans have you put in place to further build your profile in the local area and also beyond Port Lincoln?
Yeah, so we really love getting behind our community wherever we can. So there is a lot of different sporting club sponsorships that we're playing out. We're on the back of football Guernseys. We're in the club rooms. We're on signage around the different sporting clubs. And a sporting club might just need some funds to be able to send their sporting members to a competition somewhere else. And that costs money and they need sponsorship. So you can really get involved in a process that makes sense to them and makes a really big impact. So that's been fundamental from day one. The Port Lincoln Tuna Classic is the biggest southern bluefin tuna fishing competition in Australia. We've been a major sponsor of that. And, there's hundreds of people that we get exposure to each year. And then the online spread from that is thousands. The reach is immense. So we're getting some really good traction and feedback from that sponsorship. And then we're also trying to do some targeted marketing in different areas where we have referral bases. If we've got a selection of clients somewhere, we're trying to leverage their little community and going, hey, we exist. This is what we can do. So much of it, though, is coming back to word of mouth. So we're doing a lot of this different marketing strategies. We're trying different things to make sure we've got a presence. There's radio ads on 24/7. Yeah, the number one thing that keeps coming back is this warm referral piece that's being supported by all of the other channels as well.
Yeah, so warm referrals from referral partners, but also presumably from existing clients. They're telling people that you need to deal with Loan Market Link or Steve Toome. Are you getting a lot of that?
It's our number one source of new leads. there's 2,500 people in our database. And what we're finding is that even if we've just met someone and done a goal setting session with them, they're an advocate of the service that they got on their goal setting mission. New lead comes in. We always try to trace, where did that lead come from? Was it radio, advertising, shop front, word of mouth, a referral partner? There might be 5 or 10 different people that told them to come in. Oh, we don't know how to track that one. It's a really amazing feeling that there's so much advocacy and support for us, and we just want to keep earning that right as the future progresses.
So we obviously are earning the right. I think my latest check, you had over 140 5-star Google reviews, and your net promoter score from your customers, them rating you as an average score of 9.9 out of 10. You're obviously doing something right, or a lot right. What is it about the experience you're providing to your customers that is turning them into these raving fans?
Yeah, this is one that we reflect on all the time because we're so intrinsically involved with our community and all the people around us. You want to treat everyone like family because you know you're going to see them again. You want them to have all of the right answers, all of the right support, every step of the journey. You're going to see them at school pickup, at the supermarket, at the sporting club, down at the boat ramp, at the community events. And I think that extra accountability that we feel, that responsibility, then comes out in the work that we do and the way that we handle every single interaction. It doesn't matter what the transaction is, that person needs genuine help, care and support. And that's what we go out to deliver. And I think that's how we're earning the right to the referrals. People just want the next person to be treated the same that they were treated. It's about ethics. We stand by it and we're going to keep doing it.
I love that. And it must be fulfilling at the end of the day, knowing you've genuinely helped people buy whatever it is that they're wanting to make theirs. Must be a great way to go to sleep at night, knowing you're really making a difference.
My kids get not upset with me, but we'll drive around town. I'll go, financed it, built it, helped them save that marriage, helped that, did this, did that. And I feel a great deal of responsibility, but from the back of that is that immense satisfaction. Taking someone from, I don't know if I have enough deposit or income or how to do anything, to achieving their goal. And being up 30% on our results means, an extra customer help per week. That's another dream. It's another goal achieved that may have never been fulfilled. And that's a lot of what we do. We do so much goal setting in the community. We do so many meetings. We do different seminars. We just want to educate so people can go and achieve it. And we try to remain accessible too. So if the goalposts change, their positions change, if the bank lending rules change, we can work with them to try to find a path forward. And it's a really big part of what we do. The phone's I'm on Do Not Disturb right now, but this morning we're trying to get ready for our grand opening party. I'm looking at all the phone calls and the messages coming through, and there's changed goalposts and there's contracts in. There's what about this? And you go, let's get back into it. There's people that need help.
You mentioned education, which is obviously a big part of your secret sauce. But education, like at Loan Market, we do believe education is the key to financial empowerment. The more we can help people understand what they need to do to get finance and make stuff theirs, etc., is their pathway to financial freedom. So what kind of things are you doing to educate your local communities about finance?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So there's a few different layers to this. Number one is we try to be accessible to tailor the journey for each person. There's not a one size fits all with anything that we do with finding solutions. So having a 5, 10, 15-minute chat and doing as many of them as you can each day will set the foundations right for that journey. Which direction do we need? What kind of job do I need? And when you think of how many times the phone rings and how many people need that help each day multiplied by the years, it's really funny. The phone will ring, from a lead 2 years ago. I'm like, I listened to you day one, deposit's right, income's right, let's go. And you go, yeah, buckle up, let's do it. And then we've started doing some work in schools as well, which is a really interesting one. Your 10 and 11 maths, we sit in for a double lesson. And takes a little bit to open the kids up to, talking and talking about their goals and their future aspirations. And then it's financial awareness. You're going to get a job soon. You're going to earn money soon. What are you going to do with the money? What are you going to do when you grow up? What's the role look like? What's life look like? And if you think you're ever going to need to borrow, these are some of the steps that you can make now to to help your future. And if we've been doing that for 2 or 3 years, most of those kids are only 18, 19 now. I don't know out of a class of 50 kids how many are going to listen to me, but I just hope that there's going to be little snippets that they reflect on and make good decisions moving forward so that they're not 25 and 30 thinking about this for the first time. They've got a baseline, or at least know where to go to ask for help. Call a loan market broker. Let's get you some more assistance. And we feel really good about that. But the same can happen in the schoolyard. I'll be trying to drop the kids off and someone will go, hey, what about this? And you go, let's do a quick education session. There's no limit to it. Justine's been amazing by my side since day one. Our incredible CSM, her community and sporting networks are just never ending. So between the two of us, we'll debrief after a weekend on how many conversations we've had and how many people may be calling this week for appointments and fact finds. And yeah, it's pretty special trying to educate, knowing you're going to set them on the right path towards success.
That's really impressive. I think possibly one of the ways that you're going to the schoolyard and getting approached all the time and people asking questions and needing answers to different stuff is because you've built such a great profile in the local community and you have a great connection with the local community. That's really clear. So hats off to you. Super, super impressive. You've won over the years now several awards for Best Regional Broker. What do you think your secret sauce is?
Good question, because we wake up each day and we just give it our all. There is no wasted time. We are just on. And I think the motivation for doing that is trying to help each person to achieve their goals, to get closer to it. And it's probably from the previous question and answer, treat everyone like family, genuinely wanting the best for them, wanting to see them again. It might be 10, 15, 20 years that they're going to need us for lots of different diverse needs. Come back to us. We helped you, we'll help you again. And I think that's that momentum. That's that flow. Everyone's referring to us. We're going to help you again when your needs change. And I think that's our secret sauce, is treating everyone like family, a big community.
I think part of your secret sauce as well is that you're not invested in today's transaction. You're not wanting instant return. You're almost setting yourself up for the future and establishing relationships that, whether it's next year, the year after, 10 years' time, they'll think of Loan Market Link to get finance. It does feel like you're very much invested in your future.
Yeah, it's so true. And that's a part of this, isn't it? How can we set you on the right path? How can we help you to achieve your goals? What steps do we need to make to get there? And 100% future focused. We don't want to go anywhere. We want to grow our business. We want to have more team members in more locations to help more customers. And there's all about tomorrow. There's nothing about today. It's the future. And I think you nailed that one.
Speaking of the future, what are your grand plans? What is in the future for Steve Toome?
Yeah, the business is getting busy. There are so many new customer leads each day. It's this tap that is on. So Justine, I and our main assistant, Jenny, have been really struggling to keep up. So we know that we need to add more people to the team to free us up to continue to grow. And we're just starting to set our KPIs for the year and what little milestones we need to reach to be able to do that next round of recruitment. And we've got some great people in Loan Market ready to help us with that drive, and then the training piece so that we can hit the ground running. So, more people here. We're looking at another couple of different locations as well to be able to extend the link, the Loan Market link. Geographically, there is no boundary when the right people surface.
And do you think long term you look at some different locations as well to expand your physical footprint?
Yeah, there's physical, but there's also the client base. Acquiring books from different locations, getting some from the Eastern Seaboard. The average age of brokers in Australia is on the older side, not younger. So we're truly hoping that our reputation and our branding of looking after clients will inspire people to go, hey, who do I trust looking after my clients now that I'm retiring? And that will be a top of the list to expand our footprint through the digital world. We can get on a plane and we can see people. But that's one of those next big evolutions. And Justine and I were talking about books yesterday of what we're going to look for, what are the attributes of it, what market we want. And it's going to be a real key to success. And that was part of the name change as well. There were so many reasons to drop Port Lincoln Home Loans. Loan Market Link means so much, but it's not tying us to a geographical location. It means great service and support. And so, yeah, watch this space. That's going to be a really good one for us.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. So I do know loan market books tend to go for a greater multiplier because there's a captive audience there of other businesses. It's a silky experience to transition your book over to another loan market business. So the future from a book buying standpoint does seem bright. There should be lots of opportunity coming your way, I'd imagine, in future.
Yeah.
You mentioned family before. How important is, as you know, obviously know, Loan Market is family-owned business, and all of the franchisees such as yourself are families, small family businesses. How important do you think that is for the customer?
Well, I think they can feel it. They know that the motivation of the people in front of them is true. Every conference that we go to, whether it's a Loan Market direct franchise or a bring your own business, bring your own brand, there's an individual that's got the same motivation, the same care for their community. And no one's in competition. You're all out to share best practices on how you can help more customers. Any customer that approaches anyone that's got anything to do with Loan Market is immediately in safe hands. So I know that although I'm Loan Market Link, if a client ends up going to a Loan Market broker somewhere else, they're still going to get that really similar care and support. And that's the bit that means so much for that brand strength. Every event we go to, the White family, Sam, Kate, Ruby, there's just this innate connection with the consumer at the end. They're only worried about the customer at the end. That's the key. How do we help more customers have a great home buying experience, a great lending experience? And that just resonates through more and more and more. So yeah, the customers just have to feel that organic motivation from each broker. It has to be. It's the only reason we're growing, isn't it?
I think so. Well, there's probably plenty of reasons you're growing. Give yourself some credit. I've got two more questions to end on. One is, we're all about finding out about your 1% improvements that lead to big wins. What do you think your one small thing is that you do every day that has the biggest impact on your performance?
Don't think I'm cheesy here, right? We take time out to be grateful. We take time out to really reflect on where we are and what we're trying to do each day. And Justine and I will have multiple moments where we look out here at the ocean and we watch the boats come and go. We watch the dolphins and the birds and the seals and the fish, and we just go, God, we are lucky to be alive. We are lucky to be in this community. We are so blessed with all these opportunities to help people. We're alive, we're well. This is amazing, isn't it? Look at that bird, look at that sunrise, look at that sunset. And then we get back into work and then we keep going. Like, we just get fired up all the time by being present. I really recommend that for people, whether they're going for a walk around their business or street, or if they're working from home, go for a walk, get refreshed and just be present. And I look at my beautiful family, my wife and my two little girls every day. I do school pickups a lot of the week. I take them to sport. I don't miss a sports day. I don't miss an assembly. There's all these little 1% that you can do for you that fill your cup and fill your heart, that then helps you to have a better day and help your customers more. So 1%ers.
That wasn't the answer I was expecting, actually, but I love it. I think it's really important because those little cup fillers is what is making you motivated on the other, when you actually put your head into work, which is good. So one last thing for you, Steve, is what advice would you give other mortgage brokers who are feeling disgruntled, maybe lacking motivation, looking for a better way? What advice would you give them to step change their future?
Yeah, be really clear on your goals. What do you want to achieve? Who do you want to be? What do you want to be remembered for? I've written quite a few obituaries recently, which hasn't been very nice, but there's these outstanding stories of community support, family support, the sporting clubs. What have these people done around them that they want to be remembered for? And for me, I want to be remembered for doing my utmost in this industry and knowing that I gave it all my best. So for someone else that may not be feeling like they've got the mojo, might not be there, hey, let's get clear on what you want to be, and then what tools can you use? What people around you do you need to become your best? For me, I didn't realize the levels of support that Loan Market had were going to be so diverse and so far-reaching to be able to help me to achieve a future that I didn't think that I could achieve. We've had marketing support. We've had training non-stop all the way through, every seminar, every event, every upskill.
The Elevate program.
Absolute game changer. And I was networked with people and I had all these new theories that helped me to grow and aspire and gave me the tools. So I think that there's a lot of ways out there to be the best and to bring out your best. And for me, I just keep finding solutions in loan market. And I still think there's going to be more that I can ask for and get to help me to grow. So if you're not feeling it, ask for help, talk to a loan market rep, talk to another broker, find out about the tools, the customer management, the automation, and a lot is there to make your job easier to help more customers.
So good. So thank you so much, Steve, for taking the time to talk to us today. To wrap up, I think my biggest takeaway or insight about you from our conversation is this focus on the future and connection to community is really what is your secret sauce, in my opinion. You're doing it all for the right reasons, and then success is coming your way as a result. And congratulations on everything. Congratulations on Loan Market Link. It honestly is super impressive, and I wish you so much, not good luck because you don't need it, but so I wish you the best for the future of Loan Market Link because I think it's going to be bright.
Thank you so much for being a part of the journey.
Thanks for tuning in to Broker Bulletin. We would hate for you to miss an episode. Subscribe to Broker Bulletin in your favourite podcast app. Has this episode been helpful? We'd love you to rate and review us. It'll help us deliver content that's useful to you and help others discover us. If you have great ideas for topics worth tackling or have burning questions you'd like addressed on an upcoming episode, reach out. Links in the show notes. See you next time.